Hi everyone, Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Um, so I'm sitting here getting ready for my astrology class, the one that I do here locally in Wareham. And while I was working on my lesson plan for tonight, I was listening to the Young Turks, and they were talking about Iran and the situation that we have put ourselves in, I guess, so to speak, with Iran. This whole, um, you know, these ships and in the Gulf there, and what is being said about that, and then who's saying what. And it's if you have an opportunity, it's on Facebook, but I think you can see it on YouTube. It's a really good. It's a really good show. Gives you a lot of really pertinent information about the situation. So I want to take a look at us and Iran and the possibility of going to war with Iran. I think the last thing America needs is another war. But we seem to be poking a lot of bees' nests. We did this whole thing with Iran, and then Venezuela, trying to cause a coup in Venezuela, and now this cyber attack on Russia. Yeah, so I mean we are, I don't know, losing our marbles. All right, so let's see what these cards show. I watched Linda G. She said that she did not see us going to war, although I think she did see something happening. But I don't think it would be full-scale war. But let's see what comes up. Okay, so this is the immediate environment with us and Iran. Okay, so we have the King of Cups here. And this is my first thought is, and just as if you look at this card, which is different from other Kings of Cups, but we have somebody who looks like he's plotting. So just the way he's sort of holding his hands, and it looks slightly maniacal. So there's a plot here. There is, and I think that we have been at odds with Iran since 79, and I remember 79. I was graduating high school actually in 1979. So Iran has always sort of been in my purview, as it were, through my life. The different the different sort of phases that we've gone through, and of course there was the hostages, and then them being released, and it's always been sort of a hot topic. When I was in college, I actually had a number of Iranian friends. I was pre-med, so I had a lot of the uh, I had a lot of Iranian students in the sciences, physics and such. They were all becoming engineers. And so I befriended a number of them, and they were lovely, lovely people, very, very smart, very nice, liked them all. Um, and so it's always been a little bit of a disconnect for me for what you hear about. Let's see what's crossing. Okay, we have justice crossing. That's interesting. Okay, so we are no longer part of the Iran nuclear deal, but Europe is, um, and we have put more restrictions on Iran, and hopefully, and Europe, and we've sort of pushed Europe into doing the same. So we're actually just pushing the country um, into a no-win situation, and then we'll have this sense that well, we can attack them because they're no longer going along with the deal that we ourselves pulled out of. But this card, as a crossing card, says to me, to a certain extent anyway, that this planning and this plotting will be foiled because of some sort of legal issue. Let's see what's at the root. Okay, we have the Princess of Wands. This is messages. Okay, this is messages. I'm going to leave it and see how we go from there. Let's just leave it and see what that message might be. Okay, this is the past. We have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. See, this is the sort of the well-heeled, moneyed elite. And I think that with Iran, they can't get a foothold. They can't get a foothold on it. There's a lot of oil in Iran. And the people who want all the oil resources so they can make more money than they ever need, can't get their hands on it. And I think that's the past. That's the past there. Let's see what's in the sky. Okay, we have a lot of burdens. There's a lot of things going on. It's very hard to reach the goal. So I think to a certain extent this is a good thing for the situation. There's too many other things going on, too many distractions. Let's see what's in the immediate future. The Five of Pentacles, bankruptcy, spiritual bankruptcy. I don't know who that's for. Let's continue. Oh, this is how it's seen from the outside. Yeah, so this is somebody ready to go on a quest. So the people from the outside are seeing this as, beating the drums of war, getting ready to move forward on this quest. Domestic situation. Okay, so the domestic situation states that we're going to be doing the same thing that we have been doing. I think we're going to try to make their lives more and more difficult. And they might actually end up enriching some uranium because they don't really have a choice. I know that might sound ridiculous to some people, but that's the point, right? As soon as they enrich the uranium, we'll go in there and say, they enriched the uranium. Hopes and fears. Yeah, the fear of, this is the Prince of Swords, known for rushing into things without thinking, right? So the fear is that we're going to be doing that again. And the outcome, okay, good, the Hermit. So it's interesting because the mountains in the background kind of look like Iran. Of course, this is a little disconcerting. These are falling stars, but they're talking about war. But beyond that, the Hermit card is about isolation and sort of not extending yourself. So that's good. So maybe we will. Okay, and we have the Five of Cups underneath. This doesn't look. It feels to me, and this at the root. Okay, at the root, the messages. This is this whole story that they're saying. It's not enough. It's not enough of a story. It's not a big enough story, I think, to start the sort of the wheels turning for that. These cards indicate to me that we will not be going to war, at least at this point. I think people feel like it's going to be a financial disaster in the country, and I don't think people are not feeling, as much as everybody's saying that the economy is good, and I know the people saying the economy good are the people who's probably making a lot of money. The rest of us are pretty much like, why, if it's such a good economy, how come we're not all sharing in it? But I think the majority of people feel like this is the last thing we need. You know, we made a huge mistake with Iraq. Maybe less so people think we made a huge mistake with Afghanistan, but we probably did with that as well. So, yeah, it doesn't look like Iran, at least at this point, is going to be, we're going to go to war with them. Now, I hope I'm right. And it's hard for me to really say it without prejudice because I don't want to see it. I think it's a nightmare and a disaster. And when we went into Iraq, I felt the same way. And it was a terrible feeling. I actually had to go on a homeopathic remedy at that time, Calcarb, because I was taking, like I could just, like I saw everything that was going to happen. We were going to go to war and how that was just going to like totally change everything and disrupt everything and create this big problem and how the people of Iraq were going to suffer. It was very, very difficult, a difficult time for me. And it's just like I don't want to go through that again. So this actually looks like maybe this will be held off. Okay, well, that's good news for me and for the Iranian people and for my Iranian friends out there. I wish you safety. I do. And peace. We all want it. Everybody wants it except those people who make profit. Okay, like and subscribe. See you again soon. Bye.